I'm built differently. I'm built differently. I'm built differently. I'm built differently. I'm built differently.
Hello everyone. Today I will start a series in which I put more effort than I put in any other video or series of mine, because this series took me about a year to complete and is not even completed yet. The amount of research, recording, and editing I had to put in this video, or better said, series of videos, is insane. And I really hope people like it, because in this series I will explain, or at least try to explain, every Ben 10 alien used by Ben, or not necessarily by Ben, but every Ben 10 transformation is what I'm trying to explain. And I'll go from the original series to Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, Omniverse, the reboot, and finally at the end, the non-canon aliens. In between, I'm probably gonna make videos about like the Nemetrix aliens or the Ultimate aliens, the evolutions, or about, I don't know, the Omni-enhanced, Omni-Kicks aliens from the reboot, fusions, whatever. But that being said, this is it. This is the series where I'm gonna explain every single Ben 10 alien. And remember, please like and all of that stuff, because it took me a year to research all of these aliens. Because you might not know that, but there's more than 300 non-canon Ben 10 aliens. And I think I'm the person who has discovered the most in probably the history. Trust me, the creators of Ben 10 don't know about those, but I do. It's insane. So follow those videos, and when I'm gonna get to the non-canon aliens, I don't know, stay subscribed, so you're gonna get those ones as well. So yeah, let's get into explaining. The first video would be about aliens 1 through 10 of the original series. So Heatblast is a Pyronite from the planet Pyros. Pyronites are aliens that are plasma based and are born on, as I said earlier, the planet star Pyros. In the reboot, we see that it's just a planet, but in the original series, it's kind of more like a star that's like a planet, or it's a planet that's like a star. It's complicated. Anyway, they are a species of aliens that are plasma based. That's why you can see that he basically looks like a bunch of lava with a fire head, essentially. And he can use the power of controlling, well, fire mostly, or plasma, or whatever you call it. But he can also make this one thing when he kind of can control chunks of earth and ride on them, kind of like it looks kind of like a meteorite or whatever. um yeah, that's about it. When it comes to his species, apparently infant Peronites can be as like powerful as like a supernova or something, as hot as a supernova. And they're crazy, I guess. um I don't know what to say. um and yeah, when they get cold, or at least when Ben got cold, um Heatblast's power became ice based instead of, fire based, which is interesting. I don't know if it works like that for normal Pyronites as well, but at least for Heatblast, that's how it happened. It's also good to mention that he is the first alien that Benz transforms into, and he's one of the most iconics as well. So yeah, I guess that's cool. I guess. So Wildmutt is a Vulpimanosaur from the planet Vulpin. He's basically a orange dog without eyes,
fucking shit.
but he has a smell as good as vision, basically, from what I understand. And the things that he smells through are not. Is not his nose. I don't think. I don't even know if he has a nose. No, he probably has a nose, but that's not the main thing. His main things are the things on his neck that I don't remember how they're called. But fish also have them, so they can breathe out the water. But he uses them to smell, I guess, and he can smell so well when you look from his POV. Uh, like he can see stuff by smelling, which is an interesting concept to say the least. Um, yeah, interesting that in his case, Vulpimancers actually come in like multiple colors and shapes. Like he looks more like a dog, but there's other ones that are like white or gray or pink, and the pink one is actually my favorite. I think it looks the coolest. And like they look like they have only like four fangs or four teeth, whereas he himself has like a bunch of them, like a dog. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting species. And from what I understand, and I might be wrong on that one, his home planet is basically when very dark. Um, and it's like at the age of like the galaxy, you know, and it's like it's very dark all the time. That's why they don't really need eyes. His species doesn't need eyes. His species just needs smell. Another thing that's I don't know if it's I think it's from a game because I don't remember that to be specifically said in any main material, like in any pop-up, but it might be. Though I read the wiki and apparently they say that that's like where where other species dump their uh, toxic garbage and garbage in general. So that's interesting. And yes, before you ask me, I do go on sites like the wiki to check things that I might not know about, you know, Benzalians. So don't kill me, please. You know, but yeah, this is basically Walmart. He's a big dog, a big orange dog that smells instead of, you know, seeing. Not that dogs don't smell, but they also have eyes, whereas he doesn't. For some people, the trio, the main trio, the big three, if you want, of the original series, when it comes to aliens, was Forearms, Heatblast, and Wildmutt. For some was Heatblast, Wildmutt, and Upgrade, or Forearms, Heatblast, and Upgrade, or whatever. For me, it will always be Forearms, which we will get later to, Heatblast, and Diamondhead.
My diamonds!
Diamondhead is basically a green person made of a crystal diamond like thing. It's not actually made of crystal. He's not actually made of a crystal like a diamond, but it's like something similar, you know.
Do you see this? This is the best goddamn thing I've ever seen in my life. I fucking love this.
So yeah, and he comes from, or his species at least comes from the planet Petropia. His species being called Petro Sapien, which it's funny because Petro in Romanian Piatra means stone or rock, and Petro kind of like it's kind of similar So I suspect it's probably some Latin influence in the word Petro, if you ask me at least. Anyway, from what I remember, there was this other Petropian Tetrax that was fooled by Vilgax, and then his planet basically got essentially destroyed. And then this guy, well, basically everyone dies, and
Suspicious.
or I think from what I remember, people died in his backstory, and that's basically what happened to Diamondhead's species. What he can do, he can basically uh, control crystals and create crystals. Of course, the ones made by him. I will call them crystals because I don't know what else to call them. But yeah, he can create and launch and use them and make constructs out of them. And also, he can reflect lasers or light-based attacks, or even absorb them and, you know, hit people back with them, essentially. In the reboot, we actually get to see a lot more of Petropia and its citizens and all of that, but I'm probably gonna make a separate video about the reboot continuity, about their aliens, because they have like different world building and backstory. So yeah, but yeah, this is basically everything about Diamondhead. He's a green crystal man that can control crystals and throw crystals at people, and basically his species and planet got obliterated. So yeah, that's fun. Oh yeah, I guess Accelerate could also be considered one of the big three, I guess. It maybe even, actually no, certainly more so than Upgrade, because Accelerate has one of those mainstream abilities. So if you would think of like a trio, you probably could think of like forearms like muscle, Heatblast, cool ability, you know, because he can control fire, and then you can think of Accelerate as like being fast. So I guess he can also kind of be, you know, one of the big three, but whatever. Accelerate is basically um, Kinecelera. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this. Okay, Kinecelerans. I actually had to look this up because I didn't know his species. It's called Kinecelerans or something like that, from the planet Kinet. I knew the, or Kinet. Or I think it's Kinet, right? Because it's from Kinetic. Is it kinetic? It's kinetic energy, right? I'm not crazy. It's not kinetic energy, right? I'm not crazy. This is like, it's Kinet, not Kinet. Whatever. Gotta call it Kinet. Um, Basically, his superpower is that he's very fast.
I hate when people underestimate my fastness. I'm fast. I'm so fast, you couldn't even comprehend how fast I am.
God damn it! What is your problem? You're gonna ruin my fucking fan?
He's so fast that sometimes even like normal people look like they're in slow motion, or they're stopped. You know, he's fast as freak boy, and he usually, his color scheme is black, white, blue, and sometimes he has green. He has a helmet thing. He kind of looks like a bug, or his head looks like he's like from like, he's like half bug or something. He has rollers. Like he can roll, my guy. He has like wheels and stuff. He can wheel his way through things. Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of his power. He's very fast. I don't know how much can I explain this alien. I guess I can explain where he comes from. Obviously, I'm not gonna talk about the reboot, because I'm gonna make a separate thing about Accelerate from the reboot. But at least from what we know, um, from like some, there's like this card where it's like, oh, his planet, it's like it's covered in like storms and stuff, which makes sense because he has to be very fast, and there's a lot of like lightning, so it makes sense why he evolved, like his species evolved to be fast. So because there's a lot of lightning, and they need to, like, you know, to dodge it or whatever. Whatever BS makes you think it's more I don't know, plausible, I guess. And it has like a bunch of like stuff around the planet, a bunch of moons or whatever, and they move very fast, and even the planet moves very fast around the solar system, and the clouds move fast, and everything, and even the culture itself, the species.
We live in a society. Isn't that right? Batman.
It's like always changing, ever changing, because it's so fast. Like lifetimes happen in like weeks or whatever. Obviously, this is just like a thing to emphasize how fast accelerated speech is, and that's about it. This is what we know about accelerate. He is a very fast boy, and he can do fast stuff, I guess. Gray matter is just a gray frog that is very smart. He is part actually of the species. They call themselves Galvans. And obviously, if you know Ben 10, you know that the person who made the Omnitrix, it's also a Galvan, and he's called the smartest person in 5 galaxies, or in the galaxy, or in the universe, whatever. You get it. They're very smart. That's kind of their thing. They're so smart that if like Earth is like point to like I don't know 4 or 5 civilization, they probably are like at least like I don't know, some 20. You might say it's an exaggeration, but if you think about it, and we're gonna get into the aliens later, but my man Asmut could actually take like DNA from like extra dimensional beings and put it in a watch and let like a kid transform into those like extra dimensional beings. Okay, I'm pretty sure that kind of like that's even like that's even beyond being able to like I don't know use the power of like a planet or like a star or like a galaxy or like a universe. At that point you're just basically a god, a genius god, if you can like make so that a kid can transform into a 5 dimensional or like extra dimensional alien just by clicking a button. Like that's just godhood, intelligent at that point, to be fair. Or I don't know, that's how I explain it at least. So yeah, Gray Matter's ability is that he's very, very smart, very intelligent, and he is very small. So that's bad for him because he's small boy and he gets bullied by anyone that's like larger than him. But he's also a smart boy, so it's fine. Forearms, on the other hand, it's a big boy with big muscles, and as you can tell, he has 4 arms.
We found 10 people who were born with extra body parts.
You know, it's in the name, 4 arms. And as I said earlier, I consider him one of the big 3 aliens of Ben in the original series, which are 4 arms, Heatblast, and Diamondhead. Though you can argue Accelerate fits instead of Diamondhead as well. So yeah, I won't be mad if you choose Accelerate. But yeah, 4 arms, it's one of the most iconic aliens in the whole show. And the really sad part about it is that he doesn't appear in Alien Force and Ultimate Alien almost at all. He does appear in Omniverse.
You think you know me?
No way. You gotta be kidding me.
Even then, it's not that much, but he still remains one of the most iconic ones for sure. Basically, his power is that he's very, very strong. As I said earlier, he's a strong boy. He's a strong red boy with 4 arms. His species is called Tetramand, or Tetraments, I guess. And he comes from the planet Koros. What's interesting about it is that in this species, the female is actually the one that's like biologically superior to the males. as opposed to a lot of other species when the males are usually the dominant ones. But in this one, females are. And to be fair, have you seen Luma? Okay, she can dominate me. She can beat the crap out of me. I wouldn't even mind. Anyway, that being said, yeah, Forearms is a strong boy that's red, and apparently from uh pop-up trivia, I think in one of those, from what I remember, it says that they developed forearms because they had to deal with giant predators that had also multiple appendages. So they're like, yeah, we're gonna evolve. We're gonna call evolution, and we're gonna tell evolution, hey, bitch, give me the arms so I can fight them. And evolution was like, okay, dude, don't have to fucking swear, motherfucker. I'm sorry for swearing. I don't know why what got into me. I started swearing all of a sudden, but yeah, he's a red, big, strong boy with forearms, and that's just who he is. So next, I'm gonna talk about both Stinkfly and Ripjaws because uh, I don't know why. I'm just gonna do it. Okay, so Stinkfly, it's a Lepidopteran from Lepidoptera. Wow. What inventive name and planet. It's like we were called, well, I guess we are called Earthlings sometimes. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Um Basically, he's a big fly. He's a big bug. That's his whole thing. He is a bug, and he can shoot. He can fly. Obviously, he can shoot things out of his eyes, like kind of like I don't know how to call it. It's very weird because it's like sometimes it's flammable. Sometimes it can put up fire. Um, some goo thing, right? He can create goo through his eyes, and he can fly, and he also has a sting in his tail, which obviously can hurt people, I suppose. Um, his planet is, from what I understand, like tropical like planet.
Are you sure about that?
Whatever the hell that means.
And that's about it. On the other side, you have Ripjaws, who is basically a reverse mermaid, kinda. He has a head fish, but he has legs, and sometimes he can make the legs into uh he sometimes can make the legs into like a tail. It's kind of weird. So the interesting part about Ripjaws is that his like Ultimate Alien and Alien Force design is very bad. Like if you look at his original design, while I don't specifically really like Ripjaws, you can look at him and it's like, yeah, he's pretty scary. But then his Ultimate Alien design is just bad. It's just very bad. He looks like a cat, like a sea cat or whatever. Sea cat. How, I don't know how they're called. Um, and then in Omniverse they kind of redeem him, making him like better. But yeah, whatever. His power is basically that he's like a mermaid, as I said. He can basically like swim and breathe underwater. He is Piscis Volan from the planet Piscis. Uh, and his planet is basically like 90% made of water or something, and it has like a core that keeps it together. And we found out in Ultimate Alien that if you destroy that core, the water will just go into space or whatever. So yeah, this is basically him. He is a fish dude who comes from a planet made of water, and that can breathe. And obviously, because his name is Ripjaws, also one of his powers that his jaws are very strong, and he has big teeth. Except in Ultimate Alien, where he has shitty design and shitty teeth and mouth. But yeah, that's kind of about it about Stinkfly and I guess Ripjaws. Next upgrade is Galvanian Mechamorph, which comes from Galvan B. Galvan B it's the moon of Galvan of the planet Galvan or Galvan Prime, I think it's called. It's basically remember the planet which the species of Grey Matter comes from. Yeah, those guys live on their moon. The guy who made the Omnitrix, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember if accidentally. Actually, I think intentionally. Maybe it was a little bit of both. Created this species by trying to do an experiment on the moon of his planet, and he gave birth to a lot of those people. And basically, their power is that they can merge and upgrade. There comes the name upgrade. They can merge and upgrade technology, merge with technology and upgrade it. Making it better essentially. They also have a power where they can shoot lasers or whatever. Ben sometimes shows it in the show, and they sometimes can even when it comes to like malware, for example, he can like extract data and information and energy from things, I guess, or hack them, I suppose. And Ghost Freak is basically has the powers of a ghost. He even looks like a ghost. He's just basically a ghost.
What's poppin', guys? Back with another dark web video. We just ordered the most crazy mystery box from the dark web ever, guys. Inside of this box is supposed to contain a ghost.
And actually, within the Ben 10 mythos, aliens that look like mythological creatures are the reasons those mythological creatures are, the rumors about them are started. So basically, in other words, ghosts actually are probably just aliens that humans did not understand as aliens, but just saw as ghosts, probably, And that's basically him, Ghost Freak. He has the powers of ghosts. He can like be invisible or be intangible, go through worlds, through walls or objects, and phase out of vision, or has some spooky tentacles thing on his chest that I don't know what it does. Apparently can also transform people into his species or something. That was very confusing power that I don't know what was going on there. But yeah, his species called Ectonurite, I'm pretty sure, and they come from Anur Phaetos or Phatos or whatever the pronunciation of that is, because I hate those names. And that's about it. It's basically a ghost. Though he also has this power where he can take people's or enter people's body. I'm pretty sure he can do that. Also, light kind of murders him, so that's bad. But yeah, that's about it. That's Ghost Freak.
This is the end of the video, guys. We just explained our top 10 sexiest aliens from Area 51. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. And Crack Tune out.